Alright, YouTube, welcome in. I appreciate you guys for watching. We got another fun one for you. Good old 5-color Kami War. So the deck built around, well, Kami War. Yo, can I just highlight the fucking card? So Kami War is 6 mana saga, where it's 1 plus Wooburg. First chapter, exile target non-land permanent opponent controls. Second chapter, return up to 1 target non-land permanent to its owner's hand, then each opponent discards a card. Chapter 3, exile this saga, then return to the battlefield transformed under your control. And then when it transforms into O Kagachi Made Manifest. I might have just butchered its actual name, but whatever. It is all colors. It has flying. It's a 6/6 with flying and trample. And then when it attacks, defending player chooses a non-land card in your graveyard. Return that card to your hand, and then it gets +X/+O until end of turn, where X is that mana value of that card. So card's actually pretty good. Obviously, Wooburg demands a lot. However, the mana base in Standard can actually easily support Wooburg, which is kind of funny. Man was not meant to witness such jank. Yo, Fridge, I mean, you're not wrong. The amount of jank that is in this deck is amazing. But there's also, like, each card in this deck actually stands alone very well. Is Kami War sort of a shrine deck. Hawkey, you could build it to be, like, more shrines if you wanted. But in this case, it's more really just removal and ramp. So, in this case, our ramp spells of choice, Azusa's Many Journeys. It's Chapter 1, lets you play an additional land each turn. Its second chapter, you gain 3 life. Chapter 3, you exile it and return it to the battlefield transformed under your control. And then Likeness of the Seeker, a 3/3 with whenever Likeness of the Seeker becomes blocked, untap up to 3 lands you control. Courier's Briefcase, actually like a really good card if I'm going to be honest with you. It's a 2-mana artifact treasure that when it enters the battlefield, create a 1/1 green and white creature, citizen, and then you can tap this, sacrifice it to add 1 mana of any color. Theoretically, later in the game, you could also use this to draw 3 cards. Theoretically, but typically speaking, you're going to use this to ramp into Kami War. Fable of the Mirror Breaker, probably one of the most played cards currently in Standard, probably. It's another saga. First chapter, create a 2/2 red Goblin Shaman creature token with whenever this creature attacks, create a treasure token. Chapter 2, you may discard up to 2 cards. If you do, draw that many cards. And its third chapter is exile this saga, return to the battlefield, transform to your control, and it comes back as basically Kiki Jiki. Except, I don't think Kiki Jiki asks you to pay 1. I think you just have to tap it. But create a token that's a copy of another target non-legendary creature token you control, except it has haste. Sacrificing it at the beginning of the next end step. So what is the card that we're most likely going to be copying? Probably Titan of Industry. We can't... Wait, oh my god, we can copy Okagachi, right? This thing's not a legend, right? Holy shit, you can make copies of this? Yo, what up, Diora? Holy shit! In my mind, this card was a legend? You can just make copies of Okagachi. And then, I guess theoretically, you could also make copies of these 1/1 Red Devils, but more than likely, you're going to be making copies of Titan of Industry or Okagachi Made Manifest. So, Titan of Industry, really good card from New Capenna. It's a 7-mana 7/7 with Reach and Trample, and then when it enters the battlefield, choose 2. Destroy target artifact or enchantment. Target player gains 5 life. Create a 4/4 green Rhino creature token, or put a shield counter on the creature you control. So typically the first one, you might put a shield counter on this to protect it, but then the ones that you make off of, like, the Mirror of Kiki Jiki, you would probably gain 5 life and make a 4/4, and then you would just swing in with this Titan. Oh yeah, this 7 mana, you can easily get this on, like, turn 5. Especially since we also have Esika, God of the Tree. So, Esika, 3 mana, 1/4, add 1 mana of any color. Other legends you control have Vigilance and tap to add 1 mana of any color. That part's not really relevant. And then theoretically speaking, you could play the Prismatic Bridge. However, there are only 4 cards, technically 5 cards you could get. So more than likely, you're not going to play the Prismatic Bridge because you can't really get anything. Then you also have the Celestus as another ramp spell. If it's neither night or day, it becomes day as the Celestus enters the battlefield. You can tap it as 1 mana of any color. 3, tap it. If it's night, it becomes day. Otherwise, it becomes night. Activate only as a sorcery. Whenever day becomes night or night becomes day, you gain 1 life. You may draw a card. If you do, discard a card. You know, if I'm going to be honest with you, this whole night and day bullshit kind of got on my nerves. Because it forces you sometimes to have to play spells during, like, your opponent's turn to make it not be nighttime. That way they can't just slam a bunch of, like, overpowered werewolves. So, the day and night mechanic I wasn't a big fan of. Yo, what up, Izzy? We also have Binding of the Old Gods, which is a removal spell, plus it is a ramp spell for us as well. Burn Down the House is a removal spell, or it can make a bunch of 1/1s if you need it to. Battle of Frost and Fire, a 5-mana saga. First chapter Battle of Frost and Fire deals 4 damage to each non-giant creature and each planeswalker. Chapter 2 is Scribe 3, and then Chapter 3 is whenever you cast a spell with mana value 5 or greater this turn, draw 2 cards and discard a card. So the only cards that you can... Oh, I guess you have other Battle of Frost and Fires, Burn Down the House, Kami War, and Titan of Industry are the cards that you can cast that you can trigger off Battle of Frost and Fire. Otherwise, that's pretty much the deck. How many lands are in here? 27 lands, because obviously we need to make a land drop every turn. I gave up on Magic this month? Izzy, why'd you give up on Magic? So yeah, that's the deck. I have no idea how this is going to go, if I'm going to be honest with you guys. I think I played maybe 1 practice game with this deck, and I can't even remember what happened. I think we won. I think we had, like... I think I played Kami War, and my opponent just conceded. I mean, believing in me is completely reasonable, Garland. However, the problem is that... who knows how this deck will behave, you know? Nonsense, I don't think she streams anyway, but still. I appreciate you. Same haven't... Also, she is female, so... Same haven't played Magic in about a month. Really? Someone get my rewards for me? Fridge. You're all good, boo-boo. Okay, this thing is actually not bad. That thing's actually really good. This is a... You may play an additional lane. So you can actually play... Not going anywhere in Diamond, and a few days ago had a 2-hour ranked match of mono white versus mono white. 2 hour? That sounds exhausting. That's a lot of mono white. Yeah, I'm gonna keep. Stop asking me questions, Serena. Let's just go. Let's just go. Hey, speaking of mono white. Alright, so we're gonna swamp Azusa's... Rude. We're gonna play this as a white source. That way we are actually currently only missing 1 color, and that's blue. So, and then we're probably going to Binding the Jukai Naturalist. I'm going to Binding the Jukai Naturalist. Although I kind of want to Binding the Sparring Regent. That's not worth it. I can Titan of Industry that later, so... Visitor, sure. If we draw another red source, I'm gonna kill this thing. That's annoying. So we definitely need a blue source for sure. Flip this. I can only do one of you. So I was winning most of the match, and the opponent played Seer's Emissary, and I couldn't get rid of it, so I had to hold the opponent. Either okay or couldn't draw anymore to win. Summon's Emissary is when it enters the battlefield, choose a card type, and the opponent can't cast spells of that card type, right? Was that Summon's Emissary? Then I don't remember what Summon's Emissary was. Borrowed time, sure. That's interesting. So I'm gonna take the 6 here. So we're actually probably gonna bin. Oh, permanents you can draw at protection. Oh, sure. It's actually a really good draw too. Alright, Diamond War. Sure. Actually, not. Oh, wait, I can return my own Fable, theoretically speaking, if I wanted to. And my opponent would have to discard a card. So. I'm gonna return my own Fable, actually. Destroy target artifact or enchantment. Create a 4/4 right now. Okay, well, that worked out well. To be honest, I thought I was dead. The moment my opponent started playing like rooms and stuff, and I was like, oh, I'm dead. No, this deck doesn't have a shit ton of removal in it, so honestly, and the runes deck does not play that many creatures, so. Garland, I hope you are happy. I'm actually kind of enjoying this right now. Oh, this hand's so good. Hashtag snap keep. Oh, wait, nope, not that. I wish they would pre-print more red instances that force 2 creatures to fight. Green source. Azusa's Many Journeys. Play Xander's Lounge. Abzan. Prosperous Innkeeper. Sure. So I could either Esika's Chariot or I could Celestus. I think it's probably better to Celestus. So we're gonna go Red Source and then Common War. So. And guess what card's getting exiled? Wait, Abzan life gain? I have so many questions. Yeah, sure. Charizard is about to be dead, but you do your thing, my friend. Although, actually, now I can play this as a black source, right? White, blue, green, red, black, whatever. Bye! If only this thing had haste. Although, I'm probably wishful thinking, right? That's probably too good if it had haste. Bounce this back to your hand. Get out of here. You can do that shit again, my friend. Alright, we're gonna go Shipwreck, and I'm actually gonna play Prismatic Bridge. Yo, Witchy! I appreciate you! Well, that's annoying. Oh, you can't exile anything, but sure. Thanks so much for that. Yeah, Witchy, of course. Witchy, so far the games are going really well for us, actually. Oh, instant discard Ziatora's. This card's so good! You got a unicorn. Garland, how the hell did I let you, like, talk me into this? I'm having way too much fun playing this deck right now. I should have put this on the Kagachi. That was dumb. Bowski? What's good, bro? Bowski, how the fuck have you been, bro? How's Magic going? Magic's going fucking great. We're over here kind of playing jank decks right now. And honestly, the jank is proven to be, like, really effective. So... what is that? God, is that 2-0 right now? I've never watched any MTG ever. Well, Bowski, I feel like I should be kind of offended, because that means, how often are you in my stream then, Bowski, if you've never watched Magic? Kind of offended now. Okay. I knew eventually we would not draw route, right? I'm kind of greedy and kind of want to keep this. I'm gonna keep. See what happens. Bowski, for the last 5 months, this is the only game I've played. Yo, Fridge, that whole dinner price sounds really good right now. Oh, okay, that makes this hand much more reasonable. I mean, Bowski's kind of a nerd. Bowski has nerd vibes. I need a black source. Although, I guess I could... if the token lives, the token can attack. And then... is it really undercover, Bowski? Like, is it really, like, undercover nerd? I feel like we all just know, don't we? That's a lot of Luminar gas burn. He's probably gonna put... yeah, he's probably gonna divide it. Alright, this is fine. No attacks, really? That's strange. I could discard... I need Raffine's Tower. Yeah, we're gonna submit 0. I don't want to discard anything. Although, wait a minute. Okay, I'm done. Alright, so we can play this as a white source. Swing in, make a counter. He blocks. This is fine. Battle of Frost and Fire. Things like, well, Do you love the ocean? And well, could you love the ocean? If magic was real, mages would be the most obnoxious people. Can you imagine? In real life counter spells? No, that sounds... No. No. Fridge. Just no. But you got a opponent. You can't kill the Battle of Frost and Fire. I know the spells that you have. You might be able to Vanishing Verse it. This. Although I guess you might have enchantment removal. That's a pretty good card. Do a little flip. I'm actually kind of okay with drawing all these, actually. That order's fun. Play this land for turn. We're gonna go land and then we're going to go Common War. You running against friends or randos? All randos. Typically I do viewer games on Fridays, but since this is my first stream back in a while, I was like, yeah. No blocks. I took a mental health break. The struggle is like, I think I was away for 2.5 weeks, and mentally the struggle was just real. So I had to take a break. Yeah, I really did need it. It was bad. So, but I'm feeling a lot better now. No blocks. Bounce that back to your hand. You can discard a card. How have you been, Bowski? Honestly, I've been amazing. Life's been great. Lady, yo, Bowski, that's fucking sick to hear. I'm so happy to hear that. Eventually, that command is gonna have tied with it the video of Yugi obliterating Kaiba with Exodia. Eventually, it's gonna have that. Yeah, this hand's great. These are the simple things. You know, for a 5-color mana base, our mana base has not been failing us, which is just kind of funny. Now, I do need to draw a land, though, and this is a lot of Comic War. Like, I will take any land off the top now. That's not a land. Okay. Well, we started with 3 lands in our opening hand, so I'm really hoping that, like, we're not going to get screwed by the, like, not drawing lands. Because we've drawn, like, all the expensive cards in our deck now. I actually don't mind discarding maybe a Kami War. Draw a card. So I could swing in... Make a treasure. He blocks, it's fine. Need to grab my dinner order. Yo, Bowski, you're all good. Alright, so I'd like to draw... I guess he could go Binding the Old Gods here. Why not? I guess that's fine. Play Esika's Chariot. I theoretically could have done what's its face that turn. Great Tanuki. What's my opponent doing? Some kind of lands deck? Is Jund Lands a deck in Standard currently? Ah! Yeah, I don't know. I didn't know if Jund Lands was a thing or not. Yeah, I know like Jund Value is like a thing. Yeah, sure, whatever. I'll take one. So, if we have a few options here, so we're probably gonna go Haunted Ridge, Reflection of Kiki Jihi, or play Titan, Reflection of Kiki Jihi, yeah, sure, whatever. And then, like, what the hell are you playing? You are a ways away from invoking despair, my friend. Well, I don't want to say you're dead, opponent, but, if this Kami War... Oh, yep, okay, yeah, you're probably dead. I didn't want to be rude and say you're dead, but, they were more than likely dead, so... No, what's a good product? See, I told you, product, you might want to check and make sure if, like... notifications are still on, because I swear, like, a lot of my notifications for some reason got turned off, and I don't fucking know why. I appreciate you, product. I appreciate you coming through, bro. Hopefully you had a great stream, and hopefully COD wasn't miserable. But then I say that and realize, well, the game itself is kind of just miserable.
My man was going up in the loading lobby.
I have seen this all before. Never been reaching close to me. I had fun today raging the COD. Well, I mean, if you enjoyed raging, probably then. I mean, COD's the game for you if you really do enjoy raging. So I do need a red source, but otherwise this hand is fine. If he goes Jukai Naturalist, though, this turn, we might be... That's fine. If he went Naturalist, that might have been a problem, but... How you been, bro? Yeah, probably I've been great. Did you change the room? I didn't change the room, I moved. So I guess, kind of, did change the room, so. Uh-oh. I don't have a red source for these Battle of Frost and Fires. This could very well be our loss here. I need any red source. What the hell does this thing do? Yeah, I'm sure. Whatever. Any red source, please. Oh yeah, so typically when I'm playing actual tournaments, I don't stream because I'm like super zen and I'm super focused and I'm not really paying attention to chat. Okay. Well, not blocking that, so. Well, this might be a problem. I mean, I guess if I draw an untapped land, I can Titan of. If I draw an untapped land, I can Titan next turn. Which honestly isn't terrible. So. You have a bunch of cards in your hand. Yeah, if I get a pathway, we're fine. You have a bunch of cards in like your deck. Like a pathway or an untapped red source, and we're good. No, I think we just did. Alright, well. That's unfortunate. If we had the red source there, we would have been fine. So that game, I'm not gonna chalk us up to like misplaying like PS that had slit. Yo, Product, I appreciate that. Had we drawn the red source, we would have had that game. Like, there's not a doubt in my mind that if we had, or honestly, had we even just drawn an untapped land, we probably would have been fine. So had we drawn the red source like 3 turns earlier or some shit like that, we would have been fine. So I'm not gonna chalk that up to the deck being bad. I'm just, you know, there are a shit ton of red sources in this deck, so you know, what can you do? All right, so that was 5-color Kami War. Aside from the last game where we got mana screwed, not land screwed, just mana colored screwed. The deck went really well. We went 3-1. The first 3 games that we won were like pretty fucking decisive. Like they weren't really close. Overall, I think the deck's really good. This deck also does really effectively answer like a lot of the meta decks currently. The excessive amount of board wipes really does answer mono white very well. Or it answers mono white very well. It also deal damage to planeswalkers and stuff like that. And planeswalkers are very rampant, and like the in Esper, planeswalkers are pretty abundant. So honestly, if you're looking for a deck to really kind of answer the current meta, 5-color Kami War honestly isn't really like a bad way to go. As long as you don't, the mana base might need to be tweaked-ish, but other than that, I'd have to say the deck is really good. If you're watching on YouTube, so YouTube folks, in the comment section. Let me know what you think about the deck. Also, YouTube folks, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channels, and all the other things that you can do for a YouTube video. That will wrap it up for this video. Once again, YouTube folks, also, if you're looking to catch me live, I'm typically live Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Friday, Saturday, 4:30 Eastern Standard Time until whenever I decide to get off. So YouTube folks, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. And hopefully I will see you guys live in stream.